What have you got to report?
Don, I can add to the Nick Hebler story. Apparently, he was told by the coaching staff that he was going to split the duties with Benny Jones Jr. He did not like that idea, and he skipped that practice, and that's the reason he did not start this afternoon for the BC Lions.
He may not be splitting any duties at all. He may be on the bench the entire game. Sideline pattern to Sandusky, first down.
Don, I think it's real important that the BC Lions make a couple good first downs right here. Yesterday, I noticed as DeWalt goes back here to pass, and he hangs the ball in there perfectly. But yesterday, I noticed as they come out to practice, they were ready to play yesterday, a little bit too early. And they've shown that out here today, that they're a little bit too anxious. Now when they settle down, they're going to make a football game out of this.
Well, Sandusky will be forced to carry much of the load this afternoon in the absence of Fernandez. To Ron Robinson, touchdown! Opening quarter, and we'll return with the BC kickoff right after this. Putting the BC Lions on the board, and on this kickoff, Glenn Steele takes it back to the 23. He's stopped there by John Henry White. Robinson, who previously played in Calgary, Saskatchewan, and Montreal before coming to the BC Lions with a 38-yard touchdown pass.
I was wondering how he got so wide open. Now, all he does is do this, and when Plago goes here, but where are the linebackers? Let's start it up. We'll show you where they go. All right, stop it. Both inside linebackers are on a blitz. Look at the openings that Ron Robinson found. No wonder he was wide open. And DeWalt threw a string, a rope, right on the run, and Robinson got the speed, just cruised right by him. Great play by the Lions.
First and 10, Winnipeg from the 23. The Bombers in front by a single point. Clements completing the pass to Jerome Erdman. He got to the line of scrimmage and no further. We talked about the contribution of Mervyn Fernandez this year to the BC Lions. He caught 95 passes for 15 touchdowns. As a team, BC had 348 receptions for 33 touchdowns. So Mervyn Fernandez figured in better than a third of their passing total and in almost half of their touchdowns throwing. Incomplete. Clements was looking for Jeff Boyd, and he was under big pressure from James Parker.
Boy, Tommy did an excellent job of averting that rush. You'll see him go back, and as the rush comes in there, one guy comes unblocked, and he just steps up inside of that pocket and gets rid of the ball. And he's just lucky that he got rid of the ball. Now, we've known Nick Hebler over the years and the kind of a character that he is and how much he likes to play. I'd hate to be the coach over there on the sidelines trying to keep him out of this game.
Down kick by Bob Cameron. Darnell Clash takes it at his own 44-yard line, trying to get outside. What a job he has done this year on punt returns for the BC Lions.
You know, Don, you could almost see that one coming. That ball was pointed to the right hash mark to Darnell Clash, and you could see those orange jerseys setting up to the wide side of the field, and it looked like he had a chance. And when I think it was Sean Kehoe missed the tackle on him right here, I thought for sure it's going to be a long one. They got those orange jerseys in great position. That's been a great all year special team.
The ball is up to Winnipeg 51. A run back of 15 yards by Darnell Clash. The handoff to Freddie Sims, and he picks up a couple of yards Hassan Abubakar is the man who brought him down. There's Darnell Clash, who this year just missed bettering the league record for punt return yardage.
Well, he's a good one. They put him back there by himself. And the thing is, you know, that so many kickers try to kick away from him, but he manages to get that football anyway.
Recommended to the BC Lions by an ex-member of this football club, Rocky Long. Incomplete. Scott Flagel was all over John Pancratz, and the BC Lions will be forced into a punting situation.
Now, the thing you got to notice out here is that the BC Lions have gotten over their early game jitters, and they've settled down now. With the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, Don, they've been there. They've been to the big game. They've won the Grey Cup, and they didn't have that early jitter start. But right now, it looks like it's about even, and it's going to be a heck of a ball game.
Lou Pasaglia stands at his own 49-yard line. He'll try to angle this one out of bounds. It's taken by Glenn Steele. Now they're going to rule. It went out of bounds. Yes, at the 1-yard line. Kick by Lou Pasaglia, and he nailed that one perfectly, putting it out at the 1.
Well, let's look at it. Steele knows he does a great thing. Gets in the end zone, makes the catch, but that referee is right there. That is a great kick. The referee spots it on the 1, a bad place to start. You know, I'm always a believer that first-place team has a 2-week layoff, and their first quarter is going to be sluggish. The Hamilton Tiger Cats proved that all along. And then they jumped on Montreal for 21 points or so. And, boy, they played a great football game. That's a great team.
Well, the Winnipeg Blue Bombers are definitely up against it, starting out from their own 1 on this first down play. And James Parker is there to halt the progress of Willard Reeves at the 5. It will be 2nd and 6 Winnipeg.
Lou Pasaglia had a big article in the paper just yesterday morning showing his whole family. He's just had a pair of twins. He's got 2 children and twins now, so he's got 4 children. Quite a family. You know why he's kicking that ball.
1:25 is the time remaining in this opening quarter. Clemens completes the pass. And the man on the receiving end is Joe Poplawski. The nominee is the outstanding Canadian player in the West. There's a penalty flag on the play. It will be brought back. A holding call against the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. Half the distance to the goal line will put the ball at the 2.5. I believe he said 29 as the violator, and that would be Jerome Erdman, the slot back. Second down over, and Willard Reeves got out to about the 8-yard line, and this fired up BC defensive unit will force Winnipeg to kick it away. Willard Reeves for the 2nd consecutive year, the leading rusher in the Canadian Football League. Last year, of course, he was the Shenley Award winner as the country's outstanding player. Darnell Clash, 5'10", 170 pounds, out of Wyoming. And every time he receives that ball in the punting situation, a buzz of excitement runs through the crowd.
Yeah, you know, Don, there's an old saying that you don't win games like this, you lose them by mistake. And that holding penalty really cost the Winnipeg Blue Bombers because Tommy Clemens had got them out of the hole. And now it looks like the BC Lions are going to have excellent field position.
Good kick by Bob Cameron. There's a penalty flag in the end zone. I believe roughing the kicker will be charged against the BC Lions as Benny Jones came in on Bob Cameron. That comes with 32 seconds remaining. And that will give Winnipeg a first down.
Well, go ahead,
Don. Whether it's roughing or contacting, we'll have to wait and see what the referees call. You're right. It's the first down. Well, they lost one on the first down. Clemens to Poplawski, they got it back.
Contacting the kicker, BC number 60. First down.
what happened. You can see there comes Jones. The punt is in the air.
And Benny Jones, who has replaced Nick Hepler at that defensive end position, was the man who made the contact with Bob Cameron. So the Blue Bombers retain possession. They are at their own 17-yard line. They fake the reverse, give the ball to Willard Reeves, and he picked up 3 yards before being stopped by Kevin Konar. Just 6 seconds remain in this opening quarter. Winnipeg in front by a single point. These two teams battling for the right to face the Hamilton Tiger Cats in next week's Grey Cup game at Olympic Stadium in Montreal. And Ron Lancaster, Leo Cahill, and I will be there to describe all the action as we bring it to you on CBC television. Fake on 2nd and 6. Clements goes to the sidelines, and it's incomplete. Coming back was James Murphy, but Clements underthrew him, and Winnipeg is now forced into a kicking situation, and that was the final play of the opening quarter.
Nick Hepler on the sidelines. You can tell by his attitude right there how he feels. And maybe Donnie Matthews is just going to hold him out of this game long enough to make him real angry, and he'll go in there and go after that Winnipeg team.
Val Bird was going after the 3rd down punt by Bob Cameron. It bounces to Darnell Clapp. What moves he has got? He got across the midfield stripe. He got away first from James West and then Ty Jones. A 44-yard kick by Bob Cameron and an 11-yard run back by Darnell Clapp. 8-7 the score. Winnipeg leading British Columbia in this Western Conference Championship battle. He's forced out of bounds by Darrell Patterson with Tony Norman right behind the BC quarterback. He'll lose yards. DeWalt, who initially in his first couple of years in the Canadian Football League, impressed with his running ability, showed some pretty good speed there to get away from the linebackers.
Those linebackers of the Winnipeg Blue Bombers have a lot of speed, and DeWalt can run. I immediately looked downfield, and Roy Bennett really was on Sandusky. He had him covered perfectly, so he had nowhere to throw it.
2nd and 15. Hand off to Freddie Sims. They try to get him outside, but he got back to the original line of scrimmage and no further. The initial penetration was made by James West, and there is concern at the Blue Bomber bench with center John Bonk, the Shenley Award winner a year ago as the country's outstanding offensive lineman. He apparently has injured a knee.
Well, when the trainer takes that knee and holds it firmly in one hand and then moves it side to side with the other, they're checking to see whether there's any cartilage damage or possibly a torn knee ligament. And when that player shows an indication that there's some pain there, it's not a good sign.
Glenn Steele backs up to his own 2-yard line for this 3rd down punt. And there's a penalty flag on the play. It will be a clipping call against Ken Haley. And the Winnipeg Blue Bombers will be backed up to their own goal line when we return. Winnipeg is 1st and 10 from the 3-yard line. John Bonk, the center, is on the bench. Mark Moore moves from guard to center, and David Black goes into the guard position. If Bonk is forced out of that lineup for any length of time, that could be a big problem for Winnipeg. The pass intended for Poplawski, incomplete.
You know, these are big series of downs. Anytime you're backed up like Winnipeg has been the last couple times, you're backed up there long enough, you'll turn it over. That's what the Lions want, and it takes a great offensive team to move it out of there.
Well, Nick Hepler is now into the ball game at that defensive end position. As Leo pointed out at the start of our telecast, the only member of that BC front four not to make the All-Star squad. Second and 10. Clemens throws, complete to Poplawski. Very close to a first down. Let's see where they spot it. It will be a first down at the 15.
Boy, oh boy, Rod, is that a big first down. As you said, you'll see Joe Poplawski being manhandled coming off the line of scrimmage, get up off his knees, turn to the outside, make a fine catch, and get that first down. And that is a big first down. Down there in the shadow of your goal line, you got to get out of there because punting out there would give the BC Lions excellent field position.
Poplawski, who previously has won a Shenley Award as the outstanding rookie and the best Canadian. He's up for the best Canadian award again this year. Deep down the sidelines for Boyd. Incomplete. He was being covered by Darnell Clapp. Clemens attempted to go for broke with that throw to Jeff Boyd.
Well, Darnell Clapp played it well. Clapp just stepped to the outside. He didn't allow Boyd outside, so Boyd went inside. But Tom, as you're going to see, he's going to take a good hit. He had to let it go. He threw it to the outside where he hoped Boyd would be. And Michael Gray, what a year he's had. He leads the Lions in sacks, and that's it. When you can be ahead of James Parker at the end of the year, you've had a good season.
Well, Gray is the Western nominee as the Rookie of the Year in the Shenley balloting. We'll have those Shenley Awards for you on CBC television on Thursday night. Willard Reeves fought his way out to the 20-yard line, but he is 6 yards short of a first down, so Winnipeg is forced into a punting situation.
Boy, I watched Nick Hebler on that play. He delivered a blow on the offensive blocker, tried to overcome the blocker by throwing him aside to get to the pass rush, then recognized the run, went to the inside, and made the play, just as well as you can play it. So maybe sitting him on the bench helped a little bit.
11:40 is the time remaining in this first half. Winnipeg clinging to a 1-point lead. Turnovers have led to both touchdowns. The fumble recovery by Tony Norman for a major score, and then the interception by Darnell Clapp that helped BC with a pass to Ron Robinson. Nelson Martin took that third down punt, and he was forced out of bounds at the 49-yard line. John Bonk having a tape job done to his knee by Ross Hodgkinson, the Bomber trainer. So that is an indication perhaps that Bonk will be returning.
Yeah, they don't have the ice bag on it. They're just going to strap it up, give him some more support on the outside of that knee with the tape. I think he will be back.
First and 10. The ball is at the 48-yard line. Trouble. He had dropped for a loss back at the 51. Tyrone Jones was the first man through, and then Hassan Abubakar finished the job.
Well, the ball's back in the pocket. He's looking to his left. He gets the pressure from there, has to pull it down, the receiver's covered, and then come up on the backside, they dump him. That's what we said in the opening. You better control that front seven of the Bombers if you're going to beat them.
He came to the Bombers via the Minnesota Vikings of the NFL, and today is replacing the injured John Sturdivant. By the way, at halftime, we will have Al Bruno, the head coach of the Hamilton Tiger Cats, joining Brian Williams to talk about his 50-26 victory today over the Montreal Concord. Ned Armour with a big first down to the 35 of Winnipeg.
The one thing that really has to impress you right here is that this guy has been under more pressure than anybody else all year long. And this is the biggest game of the year, and they want more than anything else to get into this Grey Cup. He started off with an inauspicious start, letting that ball go for a touchdown down at the other end. But now he's back on track. I'll tell you one thing, he threaded the needle that time around.
Throwing deep, looking for Bancroft, touchdown! With the point after, as the BC Lions have the lead for the first time in the ball game. two big throws, the touchdown strike at 35 yards. Pancratz has the Lions in front. Now, so far, this game has been everything we anticipated it would be. Willard Reeves on the kickoff return. And Reeves is stopped at the 24-yard line by Ryan Potter. Ned Armour set it up with a 22-yard gain on second down, and then Pancratz scored the touchdown.
Nothing complicated. We said before, you got to give the quarterback time. Pancratz had one-on-one with Wiley Turner. Turner just couldn't find the football. And as Pancratz is following, it goes right into his arm.
Ned Armour, who played just one game this year for the Lions against the Toronto Argonauts, replacing Mervyn Fernandez in this Western Championship. That hit screen to James Murphy, getting to the outside, getting a couple of blocks for a first down.
Once again, Don, Joe Poplawski's managing to block the defensive player of the Lions to the inside, and that's allowing the receiver to get outside. You can't do that.
Steve, what have you got to report?
Don, the story on John Bonk is simply this. It's an old injury, the one that he wears the knee brace on. He just took a knock on it. They have taped it up. He's back in the ballgame. He's fine.
Well, when we saw Bonk being taped up, we anticipated that he would return. This is Sean Kehoe out to the 46-yard line, stopped by Kevin Konar. That will be very close to another first down. Of course, Sean Kehoe had an outstanding playoff performance last year, the Grey Cup game against the Hamilton Tiger Cats. Hamilton has made it back for 85. Will Winnipeg provide the opposition again?
I don't know who's going to be their opponent, but whoever it is, whichever these teams get to Montreal, better be ready, because that Hamilton Tiger Cat team is nothing like they were early in the year. They've done a great job. They're playing with confidence. Hobart has made it happen.
As the old story goes, Hamilton is waiting.
You betcha they're waiting.
Early in the year, of course, there was some conjecture about Al Bruno as to whether or not he would be the first coach to be fired in this 1985 season. Al Bruno has his team in the Grey Cup game with a very strong second-half performance, and Al Bruno will join Brian Williams at halftime to discuss this afternoon's 50-26 win. There's the reverse with Jeff Boyd. Now Bird is after him, and now Bird with his great speed prevented a big run by Jeff Boyd. There's also a penalty flag on the play.
Well, I know tempers are going to flare in a game like this, but the thing that they've got to remember is that they can't afford to lose any decent personnel.
As illustrated by Jake Ireland, the referee, a clipping call against Winnipeg. Fred Glick, who through the first part of the season was responsible for the linebackers, thrust into a head coaching role with a heart attack that took Cal Murphy out of the lineup.
Clipping, Winnipeg number 21, first down repeated.
The clipping call against James Murphy. It's first and 25 back at the 31-yard line.
Where you don't want to be, long yardage against the Lions. That defense is tough.
In situations like this, they'll pin their ears back and go after you. Penalty flag. I believe Richard Nelson moved prior to the ball being snapped. It's deflected into the hands of James Murphy, but I think it's going to be called back regardless. It's going to be called back, I'm almost certain.
Don, it looked to me like Richard Nemeth was offside, the left offensive tackle.
And there is also an injured player. That's Larry Crawford down. He collided with Joe Poplawski when that ball deflected into the hands of James Murphy.
While you watch the collision, Larry Crawford is just sitting back. He'll just sit back and wait like he should. Now he goes to the football. Watch the collision. Goes to the football. When the ball's in the air, go get it. And that's what he did. The only thing, the ball popped up to Murphy, but Nemeth did move, and that's too bad because it brings it back.
The big story all week has been Mervyn Fernandez. Would he or wouldn't he? He's standing by with Steve Armitage.
Don, when Ned Armour took that pass from Roy to Walt, nobody was happier than Swervin' Merv Fernandez. You're pulling for your replacement.
Of course. I know Ned can do the job, and he will do the job. He's like a racehorse. The more work he gets, the better he's going to get at it.
Merv, I know it's frustrating for you. Will we see you if the Lions get in the Grey Cup?
I'm really not sure at this point. We'll just have to take it day by day. Hopefully we can find something to speed up the healing process, or if not, maybe it'll be better before the Grey Cup. I don't know at this point.
Thank you, Merv. Good talking to you. Don?
Well, regardless of whether his teammates are there, Mervyn Fernandez will be, because he is the Western nominee for the Shenley Award as the country's outstanding player. He will be contesting that honor with Ken Hobart of the Hamilton Tiger Cats, and of course you'll see the Shenley Award Thursday night on CBC television. The pass complete to Poplawski. He's dropped down by Darnell Class. Consecutive penalties had put Winnipeg in a 1st and 30 situation.
Very difficult on a 1st and 30 situation, as you say. Joe just going to be a delay man. He helps block a little bit, tries to sneak underneath. Very difficult to get 30 yards on anybody on any given play, and they're smart. Take what you get. If you have to kick it away, every yard's important.
From the University of Alberta, Joe Poplawski, picked up by Winnipeg when Tommy Scott signed with the Edmonton Eskimos. Poplawski, the receiver, wide open, first down, brought down by Mel Bird.
All up.
Go ahead, Leo.
I was going to say, Ron, is all afternoon they've been throwing that hitch pass to the outside, and that time they set up the hitch pass, but Poplawski, instead of blocking like he normally has done, he faked the block and went right downfield. Tommy pumped to that outside guy and then laid it right up to him. Just a perfectly executed play.
Yeah, he went right at Keith Gooch like he was going to block him, and just turned downfield, and Gooch fought it and come up, and he was open behind him.
Absolutely.
6:22 is the time remaining in the half. Winnipeg 1st and 10 from the 52-yard line. James Murphy overthrown by Tom Clements. With that injury to Larry Crawford, Bruce Barnett is in there for the British Columbia Lions. Normally, he is the backup to safety Nelson Martin. Martin moves to a halfback position, replacing Crawford, with Barnett going to safety. Roy DeWalt, who had his best season in the Canadian Football League. 4 passes attempted, completed, yardage, touchdowns, but not an all-star. Deep down the sideline, Poplawski has got it. Joe Poplawski, who has a history of coming up big in the important games, makes a tremendous catch for 32 yards in front of Mel Bird.
Well, it's a great move by Poplawski. It's a little play-action fake off the counter. I'll fake the read. Now, Joe goes down and breaks to the outside. Boyd comes inside, and then Poplawski goes right up the sideline. Makes a great catch. If he can get on, if he can get hold of it, he'll bring it down. He doesn't drop very many.
You know, over the years, there's been some guys like Poplawski. I'm thinking of Tony Gabriel and some other people, not blessed with tremendous speed, but had the amazing ability of getting open. And that's what that guy can do. But one thing beyond that, he can catch the football when he gets open.
1st and 10, Winnipeg. They are at the 16-yard line. Murphy incomplete. He was being covered by Darnell Clash, and it almost appeared as though Murphy stumbled at about the 5-yard line.
I think he did. He started to go down and then run that quick post or slant, whatever you want to call it, and I think